everybody. My name is Sri Ramanathan, and I'm one of the founders and technology advisors and go-to-market advisors for Vironix. I'm very happy to be here today to talk a little bit about our technology platform and our roadmap. And I have with me Botros Toro, who runs product for us. And I think we're just going to spend the next few minutes going over some of the uniquely differentiating aspects of our technology. And Botros, why don't you introduce yourself, and then uh, we'll start the question and answers.
All right. Hey, everyone. So I'm Botros Toro. I'm also one of the founders of Vironix. So I'm currently leading the product architecture of CovidX. My background is in both science and technology. I have experiences. My PhD was in biology. I have a lot of expertise in data science. And now we're working on this very exciting new product, CovidX, which we want to discuss with you guys today.
So Botros, when I think about this market, right, I see specific segments that we cater to. For example, you think about the individual, who's also an employee. The benefits that they get when they use our platform. Obviously, they're able to diagnose themselves. They're able to triage and manage their conditions as early in the possible in the life cycle, right at home. Then you've got employers who want to know that their employees are well, so the technology around them being able to, keep track of their employees, without accessing any, HIPAA protected information or any personally identifiable health related information. Then you've got, the healthcare community, the providers, and in some cases, the payers who want, both employers and employees to be able to, manage all of this so that they can scale the return to work process while at the same time putting power in the hand of the employees and catching problems early. What's your perspective on how, our technology helps in all these three dimensions?
Yeah, so the CovidX software is really built with these different users in mind. We have different segments of our application catered to each end user. So for the employees, we've built a dashboard where they can track and look and monitor their health. They can check in with the software daily. They'll answer a few very simple questions about their symptoms that they may be experiencing and their vital signs. And they do this in a very quick process, and they'll receive a recommendation from our algorithms. The really neat part about what we're doing is that all the information that we collect from the employee themselves is completely private. The employer will not be able to see any of this information. What the employer will be able to see is just a condensed output from our algorithm, which just tells them whether the employee is fit to go to work or not. So this is nice for the employee themselves. They don't feel like they're giving away any too much personal information to their employer, and that's always good. People might not want to share all their symptoms or share these things with their employers. Furthermore, it'll probably help these employees to know that other people in their groups are doing these types of self-checks. So if everybody's doing their part, we can have a better outlook for this pandemic and for handling this COVID situation. And people will be more comfortable to go to the office every day, knowing that their coworkers have also done their part on a daily basis. And then from the employer side, as I said, they just received this kind of summarized output from our algorithms. The manager or the admin in the office can look and make sure that everybody's done their part. They'll be able to see individuals who are showing potential signs of COVID who might be better off staying at home and working from home. And they'll be able to use our software to make those decisions. So they can call them up and tell them, yes, you can, you too can stay at home for today. Let your symptoms subside, and then you can come back in the office when you're doing better. When the system, our algorithms pick up that you're back to your baseline and good health. And then from the payer and healthcare side, the big thing here is we're putting these tools in the hands of everybody. So everyone's doing their part in this this picture. So the payers know that each one of their people in their population are able to look after themselves individually. And our software can also be integrated in many different ways for the payers to help them. They can also receive some reports and obtain these summarized reports about their population, their insured population.
Fantastic, Botros. That was very helpful. Let me ask you a little bit about the way the system has been built and architected. As we spend the next few minutes here, can you tell me how you've designed and built this thing? Is this a mobile app, a web app, or both? And a little bit about the underlying design of the architecture.
Sure. Yeah, so the CovidX software, we can divide it into kind of two different segments. We have the user-facing software that we put together, which is one way you can approach this problem. And it's currently a progressive web app that's available to the employees and employers. The employers have a dashboard that gives them information about their company and their organization, and the employees have a dashboard that they can view on any device and they can use to check in with the app. So that's one part of the software, but that's just one aspect of it, one implementation of the bigger architecture of what we built, which is this headless RESTful APIs that we are leveraging to bring together this CovidX software. It can be used in many different applications. You can use them not just in a desktop app, but in different mobile apps with devices. They can be called. They can be placed within other larger apps, and they can be designed in different ways and integrated in different ways to bring truly customized solution to whoever's product, whatever they have in mind that they want to do.
That's fantastic, Botros. I appreciate the fact that this entire architecture is headless and API driven, so it makes, as you pointed out, it possible for the app to be very well integrated into existing enterprise workflows. Now, how about identity management? Are you able to, for example, federate identity as well?
Yeah, so we were using Auth0 as an identity provider. And what that allows us to do is integrate and federate with all sorts of different identity providers. We have a huge list that we can work with. So we can easily join the enterprise identity system, and we can quickly and seamlessly onboard new users onto the platform.
That's fantastic. Speaking of identity, I mean, how are you ensuring that customer data is HIPAA compliant and we're not exposing in any way any PII? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we split our databases into different segments. Where we store any health information, we never link to any identity, so it's all kept separate. So we have our identity provider, which is storing the user's identity, and then we have our databases that store the health information with unique random identifiers. We don't really need the person's identity to provide them with any of our predictions and analytics. So that's how we keep them very separate, and the whole system is designed around that, and which really prevents even the employers from accessing that data that we store about the users.
That's fantastic, Botros. I really appreciate that unique feature about the way you've designed the schemas and the data model. Finally, I know that the architecture that you build, it's not just all about COVID. I mean, it's a general purpose architecture. Can you talk about a little bit, in terms of how you built it so you can add new disease categories and respiratory issues, onto the platform?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, the product is essentially a platform to deliver our proprietary algorithms to users. So we currently have algorithms for COVID, which we're leveraging due to the current situation. But we also have algorithms that allow us to differentiate between different viral diseases, such as COVID and influenza or flu. We also have algorithms that are specific to different chronic diseases. We have algorithms for COPD, asthma, and heart diseases. So really what we have is this platform that you can put within it these different sets of algorithms and deliver them to different user populations. And with our APIs, what's really neat is because of our RESTful APIs, you can integrate these in very custom solutions. Yeah.
Fantastic. I love it, Botros. I really enjoyed, getting this insight from you, and I'm sure the audience will also appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we'll continue to come back, with more information as we, progress in our business. Thank you.